Hi, welcome to my video on the derivative quotient rule number 1. This is the first video in the new unit on the quotient rule, derivative of the quotient rule. Derivative quotient rule. The derivative of f of x divided by the g of x is, this is one way of saying it. Another way to write it is the f of x divided by the g of x, and this prime is indicating derivative. Another way to write it is the d of x of the f of x divided by the g of x. So these are three ways to say derivative of or prime or d of x, and it all boils down to f g derivative. And when you do the derivative of the quotient of two functions, it's f prime g and f g prime, the same as if you're multiplying, but because of the division we have a subtraction here, and it's over g squared. So again, fg, derivative of f times g, and f times the derivative of g with a minus sign over g squared. So that's what we're going to obey when we do the quotient rule. Find the derivative of 1 over x by the power rule. So if we're going to do the power rule, we make 1 over x, x to the negative 1. So the derivative of x to the negative 1 is negative 1 times 1 is negative 1, and the exponent decreases by 1, so negative 1 minus 1 is negative 2. So that's negative 1 times 1 over x squared. X to the negative 2 is 1 over x squared, and that becomes negative 1 over x squared. So if we change this to an exponent, we can use the power rule. So let's use the quotient rule. So 1 over x, let's call it, the numerator is f, the denominator is g, so the derivative of 1 over x prime is f prime g minus f g prime divided by g squared. So here we go. So that's derivative of 1 times g minus 1 times derivative of g all over g squared, which is the x squared. So the derivative of 1 is 0 times x. Derivative of x is 1 x squared. So that gives us 0 minus 1 over x squared, which is negative 1 over x squared. So I did the derivative here by the power rule, the quotient rule, and the other way to do the derivative of 1 over x is by the definition, using the limit. But we discussed that thoroughly previous to this. So let's do some examples. Find the derivative of each. So to find the derivative, let's say that we're doing the prime. This is the f and this is the g. So the derivative is f prime g, f g prime minus sign over g squared. So we have f is x, so it's x prime times g minus x, which is x, or f, which is x, times x minus 6 prime, all over g, which is x minus 6 squared. So the derivative of x is 1, so it's 1 times x minus 6, negative x. Derivative of 6 minus x is 1. Derivative of x is 1, derivative of 6 is 0, all over x minus 6 squared. So let's go up right here. So that's x minus 1 minus x all over. So 1 times x minus 6 is x minus 6. Negative x times 1 is negative x. So the x's cancel out. So that gives us negative 6 over x minus 6 squared. And again, we're using derivative. Notice we have two different functions. One is x and the other one is x minus 6. And there's two different functions here. So again, to do the derivative of this prime, this is f and this g. And we're obeying. Again, I keep writing it down. F prime G, F G prime, with a minus sign, all over G squared. I keep repeating that to myself. And here we go. So we have F x squared minus 3x derivative times G, which is x squared minus 1, subtract x, which is x squared minus 3, times the derivative of G. And that's all over your denominator, which is x squared plus 1 squared. And to simplify that, the derivative of x squared minus 3x is 2x minus 3. And minus x squared minus 3x. And derivative of x squared plus 1 is 2x. All over x squared plus 1 all squared. And we simplify that. We have a FOIL here, so that's 2x cubed. 2x times 1 is 2x. 3x times x squared. 3 times x squared is negative 3x squared. Negative 3 times 1 is negative 3. So that's that multiplication. So now we'll do this multiplication. 2x times x squared is 2x cubed. 2x times negative 3x is negative 6x squared. All over x squared plus 1 all squared. And we'll do the in-between step here. So now notice that all of these is a cube, a square, an x, so we can do descending order here. So we can do 2x cubed minus 3x squared plus 2x minus 3. So I put this in descending, subtract. When we subtract, we add on the inverse, so put a 1 there. So it's negative 2x cubed plus 6x squared. And that's all over x squared plus 1 all squared. And we add up the like terms. So when we do, the cubes cancel out. And we get x squared, so negative 3 and 6 is 3x squared plus 2x minus 3 all over x squared plus 1 all squared. So that's the derivative based on the quotient rule. And one more to do just to simplify it. So the derivative, and this is f, and that's the g. And again, I repeat, f prime g, f g prime, all over g squared with a minus sign. So it's the sine of x derivative times g, which is ln x, minus, and it's the sine of x times ln x derivative, all over, because ln x being squared. So derivative of sine is cos x ln x, subtract sine x. Derivative of ln x is 1 over x, and this is ln x being squared. And if we continue, that's cos x ln x, subtract. When we multiply here, we get sine x over x. And this is the ln of x being squared. And let's go up here. So notice now we have complex fractions. We have fractions of new fractions. So the LCD is x. So to simplify this, I'm going to multiply all parts of this expression by x. So multiply by x here, multiply by x here, and multiply by x here. So we multiply this by x, we get x cos x ln x. When you multiply here, x is cancelled out and you get a negative sine x. When you multiply x by this, you get x and you get ln of x squared. So that's practice on the derivative of the quotient rule. That brings us to the end of the video. And again, if you like my video, click the like button, click the subscribe button. Visit my math website, www.mathfullyexplained.com, to find more information about me, my videos, and the content. The content on my YouTube channel called Math Fully Explained, just one word. Thank you for viewing my video. Hope the video helped you. Bye-bye.